Welcome
to Munda Makeover.
We have traveled all over Zambia to find hardworking farmers.
We want to share their success stories,
And where there are challenges, we will bring experts to help them gain the extra knowledge they need.
so they can adapt and make their farms more productive even while the climate changes
We want to support them to get better yields.
and increase their income.
We will see how farmers from across the country can benefit from our experts' advice.
While also learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experiences as they improve their farms.
On
Munda Makeover! Cozy, I can't wait to meet our farmer today. Because I think it's going to be a really fun makeover.
Well, I think they're always quite fun, Vikacha.
Yeah.
We're blessed our country has so many brilliant farmers.
Yeah, true. And this farmer is especially brilliant.
She used to be a successful manager at an international retail company.
But she gave it up to be a farmer.
So we want to make sure she also becomes a successful farmer.
That's why this week we're in Lilayi, Lusaka province, and we are visiting Chiteu Muyoya.
Chiteu is married with 2 children who both love strawberries. Leseho, age 6, and Orona, age 9.
It's Chiteu who is in charge of the farm, with around 12 acres to look after.
Her main crops are maize and cabbage, but she started constructing a fish pond as well. Let's see how we can help.
Well, there she is. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good
Please,
morning.
so how can we help you?
So I've had some issues with the fall armyworm,
Oh,
and I've had some issues with, more recently with the diamondback moth, where I've
Wow.
actually lost a field of
an entire
cabbage.
field.
Yes. I was trying to set up a fish pond,
Fantastic.
but that's come to a halt. The excavator that I'd hired,
Right.
so it broke down, so we're now sort of trying to figure out how to reset that.
But guess what? I think we have some pretty handy solutions that we can offer you here, don't you think?
Yes, some experts just for that.
Fantastic. So we're going to go off, get some experts, and return to remedy some of these challenges.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I look
sound
forward
good?
to that.
Okay, see you soon.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
When I first heard about Munda Makeover, I was very excited because I was having a little bit of issues, and it's a good program to bring people on board to try and help farmers that need access to a bit of information.
If someone gets thrown into deep water, it's either they sink or they swim. It's a bit like that with fish farming. If you don't know how to swim, then the future might not be so bright. But if you follow good practice and stay afloat, life is good. So, let's learn how to swim.
And here's the man who's going to teach us. Fish farming expert Michael Shaka from Zambia. Good planning is the first and most important step to making sure farming fish makes a healthy profit. And that begins with site selection.
All right, so Shaka, do you think that this was an okay site for the pond?
I'm not so very sure about the soil. We most recommend clay soil.
Right. How will we go about testing whether or not it's the right soil?
Okay, so basically what we do is we dig a hole.
Okay.
It has to be at least 1 meter.
Deep.
1 meter deep,
Okay.
and then 1 meter wide.
Okay, so why not bring in the guys and see if they can help us dig a hole? Cut, man!
So the first step in making a good site selection is seeing if the soil has enough clay content to hold the water. As we start preparing for the test, I'm going to take Chiteu and Shaka over to our tent to find out how best to design a fish pond.
I think initially when we started with the fish pond, we kind of just went in a little bit blind. So it'll be a nice way to see whether we can actually go ahead with the project.
So the first thing that we do once we have prepared, we have selected the site, We have to make sure that we remove all the trees,
Right.
because let's say maybe we leave some roots there. Once they rot, it will mean that it will be a source where water is going to be passing through. Once we've done that, the top layer soil, a little bit, maybe 2 centimeters of soil.
Right.
We remove it and then put it again on top, because we'd want to protect again our dikes. So we have to plant some grass there to make sure that it holds the soil.
So the grass strengthens the structure of the banks.
Or the banks,
Okay.
yes.
Shaka recommends starting with a 15 by 20 meter pond with the banks or dikes around the sides of the pond 2 meters high. The banks should be 2 meters wide at the top and 4 meters wide at the bottom. The pond should always slope so that the water is 1 meter deep at the shallow end and 1.5 meters deep at the deep end. This allows the pond to be easily drained at harvest time.
How do you go about draining the pond?
Okay, so on the outlet here we put a standing pipe. Remember there is fish inside here.
course.
So which means here it's supposed to have a screen
Okay.
to make sure that it prevents the fish also to be seeping out as we are draining the pond. Similarly, the water which is entering here, also it should have a screen here to make sure that the only thing which just gets into the water is just water. Yes.
Now I wanted to know, how can we be sure that the water quality is okay for fish farming?
Actually, water testing, it's one of the best management practices as well.
Right.
This is something which actually is supposed to be done on a daily basis.
Really?
Because it will going to inform you on the water environment, how it is there. It's very easy. It's just, I think, a 2 minutes job.
So
Thank
now I'm pretty sure that our guys are done with digging our hole there.
Yes.
How exactly would we go about knowing whether or not our soil is the right type of soil for us to have our pond?
We get that soil which we have dug out, and then we get a little bit of water. We make it moist. Yeah, roll it, make it into a ball, and then you throw it. Not too high. So if it holds together after you have thrown it into the air, then that soil is very good. It means that it can retain water.
This is great news. Chiteu's soil is holding together. This means there's enough clay content to hold water without leaking. Now, when the tilapia have grown, Chiteu could have 10,000 fish weighing up to 25,000 kilos ready for market.
Now, let's see if you can match that, catcher.
Hey, Cozy. Well, the future over here doesn't look quite so bright. Chiteu has discovered 4 armyworm in her maize plants. But 4 armyworm doesn't have to be the end of all things. We can beat it, and we're about to find out how. Here to advise us is Vincent Semwenga from Zari. Hello.
I'm okay, how are you?
I'm okay.
Fine, fine, how are you?
Yeah?
Welcome.
Yes. So, Chiteu, as we were walking in, I'm seeing a lot of not so good situations. What's happening to your maize?
There's a little bit of damage.
Okay.
I think it might be 4 armyworm, but I'm not so sure.
Mr. Vincent, do you think she's right?
Yes, she's right. These are the symptoms of the 4 armyworm feeding on the leaves of this maize.
Okay.
So you can see this damage. It's because of the feeding. As they grow, they continue feeding. And also you could tell also from the frass or the droppings by the larvae as they feed.
Oh, yeah.
So what you do is you open this or where they have tender leaves.
Okay.
So here you open, you find the larva here. This is the one which has been feeding. This is the one which has been feeding.
Yeah.
How does it actually damage the crop? Because afterwards we see that there's not many cobs. They don't develop to a fuller stage.
So the funnel here, after being eaten by the larva here, it will not grow because it has been cut. So meaning therefore that you are not going to have tassels like this. Because the tassels come from the middle here. That's the heart of the maize. So if you don't have these tassels, it means that there will be no fertilization to give us a cob like this one. Then after some time as they grow, they start causing now these holes now. They start perforating the leaf.
Do you see any other problems here?
You do not put the already matured maize. Then you have a younger stage one here. Now, if there was a 4 armyworm here wanted to lay eggs, it will go to the younger one because it has got tender leaves. So it's like we're building a nursery.
How do you control, get rid of the 4 armyworm?
You could just spray directly into the funnels to kill the larvae before they become pupa and adults. You could use also the pheromone traps to catch or to attract the males.
Okay. You can show us perhaps?
Yes, let's go and see. There was another one there.
Great. Let's go, Chiteu. Spraying is the main way to kill the 4 armyworm. But pheromone traps can give an early warning that the worm is present before the damage gets too great. Also, by killing the male moth, the trap stops the larvae from developing and so allows the maize cob to develop.
So the 4 armyworm, which is trapped here, is the male one, the adult. So in this trap, the pheromone is placed in this cage here. Okay, we open top and you put a pheromone there, and then it will be releasing the molecules slowly in the air to attract the males wherever they are. They'll think there's a female here. Underneath here, inside, we shall put a strip of an insecticide, which is a chemical. So once it goes inside, it will feel dizzy inside and then it will die.
It's just the male 4 armyworm, huh?
Yes.
Nothing else?
Nothing else. Specific.
So, man, right there, you're safe, huh?
So the trap will help us to know the population dynamics of the 4 armyworm moths in that particular location, depending on the numbers that we find here.
So how many of these would I need in a field, say maybe an acre?
You just need one.
Just one?
One trap is enough to catch the males. If the females have not yet already laid eggs on the
But if they have already laid eggs?
We spray.
So, Chiteu, do you think you're ready? We start the spraying?
No, we're ready.
Right away? Mr. Vincent,
Yes,
thank you so much for coming.
Anytime, you're welcome.
Yes.
So that was really valuable information in terms of being able to trap the male moths. I had no idea that existed.
But before we go, let's get spraying. Recommended insecticides include imamectin and chlorpyrifos, such as found in the product Soban. Also, consider a natural neem-based product such as Pesticide. Remember, aim to nozzle down the steam so the spray goes direct towards the larvae. Follow these steps and next season, we are sure Chiteu will get a bumper harvest. Now, let's catch up with the latest weather forecast.
Welcome to the Munda Makeover Farming News for Zambia. Today, we are going to have a look at Zambia's rainfall seasonal forecast for December 2023 to March 2024. We expect varying rainfall patterns across the country. When making such forecast, experts look at how much rain we have been getting in the past years. They then predict if the coming season will be normal, above normal, or below normal in a given area. Let's dive into the details. As shown on the map, the start of rains is anticipated in November for most regions, except for the southern areas where it is expected to start by the end of December and northwestern areas expected to start in October. During October to December, Luapula, Northern, Muchinga, Lusaka, Central, and Copperbelt provinces, including Lundazi, Chama, Kaoma, Kabompo, and Kalabo districts, can expect normal to below normal rainfall. However, southern, western, most of northwestern, and eastern provinces, including Mansa and Mpika districts, expect normal to above normal rainfall. Moving into January 2024, the eastern half of Zambia, including Kabompo district in northwestern province, is likely to experience normal to below normal rainfall. Meanwhile, southern, western, northwestern, and the northern parts of Luapula and Muchinga provinces, including Munda district, are expected to receive normal to above normal rainfall. For December to February 2024, Copperbelt, Central and Lusaka provinces, spanning across Joma, Petauke, Nyimba, Mbala, Zambezi, Kabompo, Chembe, Milenge, to Mansa districts are projected to have normal to below normal rainfall. Eastern, Muchinga, Northern, Luapula, Southern, Western and Northwestern provinces, however, can anticipate normal to above normal rainfall during this period. In the final stretch of the season, spanning January to March, most parts of Zambia are likely to experience normal to above normal rainfall, except for Ikelenge, Mwinilunga, Mpika, Kasama, Livingston, Mazapuka, Monze, Kafue and Siavonga districts, which will get normal to below normal rainfall. Tips for farmers. If you are in areas that expect less rain, use an ox-drawn ripper or make basins using a hand hoe to prepare your fields. Also, plant cowpeas alongside maize to provide cover for the soil, and after harvest, leave the crop residues on the farm as mulch. This way, you will conserve water in the soil. Plant drought-tolerant seeds and early maturing crop varieties like sorghum, cowpea, or beans. Additionally, try to plant more than one crop. For example, you could have maize with an oil crop like soybeans or sunflower. This way, you will sell oil crops for income as well. Finally, plan to provide small livestock like goats or pigs with water at home in a bucket if communal water points are far away. On the other hand, if you are in areas that expect rain, make sure to collect rainwater from your corrugated iron sheet roof by directing it into a tank, and you will have water to use when the rains are over. Scout your farm for pests and diseases, especially the fall armyworm in maize, and as soon as you spot them, contact your local agricultural officer for advice on the right pesticide to use. Spray your livestock against ticks, which increase during the rainy season. Also, rotate the crow to prevent it from getting muddy, ensuring your livestock's hooves stay dry and prevent foot rot disease. See you next week on the Munda Makeover Weather News.
Hey, Cozy.
Hello, Vicky.
You must have made a lot of money selling fish, yeah?
Absolutely.
But guess what? I just defeated the whole army. An army of armyworms.
Well, big respect, Vikacha. But watching the weather forecast just now has reminded me, it's water that is life for farmers.
Yes, that's true. So we have decided to follow the weather forecast advice and build Chiteu a rainwater harvesting system. I hope she likes it.
Water is crucial to farmers. You can't grow anything without water. You can't farm. So we need water.
Sadly, the fall armyworm is not the only pest on the farm. Chiteu's cabbages have also been attacked, but by diamonds. Unfortunately, I don't mean the bright and shiny kind. These diamonds are not worth a fortune, but they might cost you a fortune if you don't get rid of them.
The diamondback moth is most certainly not the kind of diamond you want to find in your cabbage. And neither is the cabbage webworm, a similar pest. But fortunately, Vincent Simwinga from Zari has agreed to come back and show us how to get rid of them both.
As the weather got hotter, we started to notice that the leaves had holes in them.
Right.
It wasn't looking like it was doing very well.
Right.
So we tried to spray. It was, a bit difficult to keep up.
What have you observed in this field?
This is actually the diamondback moth. And they identified as diamondback moth because when you look at the back, it has got a structure which shows as if it's a diamond. Right. It's shaped like a diamond on the back. specifically feeds on cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, Chinese cabbage. And then after it lays eggs, depending on the temperature, within 10 days, you are going to have larvae. So this is the larva that you have here.
10 days and they hatch?
Yes, they hatch. If the temperature is it's warmer,
right,
the life cycle is short. If you wanted to beat it, you have to plant it in April, May, June, up to somewhere before September.
Okay.
Before temperatures are high, that's when you grow cabbages. So what will happen now, they will start feeding. The feeding also exposes the cabbage heads to other pathogens, which include fungus or fungi and bacteria.
Right.
So resulting into, rots like that. You've seen the cabbage are turning black, those which are infected. Then you can now dig somewhere, you bury.
Okay.
To avoid spread
Right.
of the disease.
You did say when you noticed initially, you started a treatment. How was that? What results did you see from that spraying?
You'd see they'll die, like some of them would die, but after about a week, you'd see a reinfestation.
First of all, we have to keep the field clean, which is weed-free, because they usually hide from within the weeds.
Okay.
We also need to set up early warning system using sticky traps.
Okay.
You place them within the field.
Right.
So those will be catching any, whether female or male.
Yes.
They will be going there they will be stuck. Of course, even the frequency of spray will be reduced.
Okay.
Yes. Here we use broad spectrum insecticides.
Right.
And here we are targeting the damaging stage of the pest, which is the larva.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Vincent. Make sense? Well, let's break it down and take a deep dive down into the detail.
To make sure your pesticide is effective, mix it well. First, fill the knapsack half full with water. Next, add the chemical. Once it's all emptied in, add the remaining water. Then shake thoroughly to ensure it is well mixed. The chemical, emamectic benzoate, such as found in the products Ragnar and Prism, is a good choice. Or use a plant-based neem solution such as nimbicidin. When spraying, go close to the plant to avoid wastage. The best time to spray is the early evening just before sunset. Spray every 10 days to stop pests returning. Never spray close to harvest time. Always follow the recommendations on the product instructions.
Munda Makeover coming over and bringing the experts, it's given me knowledge, the best practices, how to spray, what to spray, when to spray it, so that I don't lose another field like I did with this one.
Okay. Now, we have come to the end of our program, right?
Yes, we have.
Yes. So now, Chiteu, I remember you said something about water, how it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, a big surprise.
A pretty big surprise.
On that note, Chiteu.
There you have it. Yeah, so there we have it. Rainwater harvesting system.
Yeah.
Brand
This
new.
is the time where you cry.
So yeah, like you see, we've got the gutter there to collect all the water, gutter system in place, harvesting the water cleanly, and straight water supply into your field.
Sorted.
Oh, this is amazing. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Yeah.
Rainwater harvesting would be very useful for us, knowing that we run on a borehole. So sometimes the power runs out and you run out of water, so it would be great to have it as a backup water system for us here.
In general, how do you feel?
Oh, I'm very happy. Very happy. I got some really good advice, and we're going to be better farmers.
And ready to have that fish in. How did you feel about that as well?
I think I'm most excited about that.
Me too.
Because that project can then go ahead.
On that note, we will see you next week
On another episode of
Munda Makeover!